Fog Racing back again with your F1 Saudi Arabia predictions. Round 2 of the most underwhelming season of all time, potentially, with Red Bull set to go 23-0. George Russell said it, we said it, some guy in the comments
Wait, I never said it. I don't think Red Bull will go 23-0.
Well, we made a fed on it, my friend.
Right,
and some guy in the comments said, where is the video proof of him saying this? It's his post-race interview after Bahrain, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sure you can get video proof for that pretty much anywhere. So
Exactly, it'll be on Ted's notebook, Will's notebook.
YouTube F1 channel.
Just type in George Russell post-race Bahrain interview, right? I'm sure you will get it. But we are going to Saudi Arabia. And what are we expecting from Saudi Arabia? Don't really know, because I don't think Red Bull are going to hold the same advantage. I feel like Ferrari are going to take a step forward. They're going to unlock their car a bit. But Leclerc's got a 10-place grid penalty, which makes his chances of winning drastically go down. So see your 5%. No,
do you think they could add like a bonus race, but and call it so you get F1, F2? Then they could have a C3 race where it's just camels.
A C3?
And it's like with reduced horsepower, camel power, and it's just a bunch
I've
of.
been through the desert, horse. Well,
it's just a bunch of Saudis.
Tell you what,
camels
might be faster than the Ferraris when their engine goes. I'd take the wee camel race down the back straight. DRS opened their arse. It's just anyway. Wait. That's the Ferrari engine, though. Right, so I don't really know how we're going to break this down, but Verstappen, tummy ache.
out of Friday practice, so
Potentially, right? I don't know where you've seen this. I haven't seen it, so I mean, let's just say, right, he could be at a Friday practice.
Danny Ricciardo ready to step in, and I think it'll be interesting to see what Danny Ricciardo's pace is like compared to Perez, because Perez is normally good in practice.
So he's good, but it doesn't matter.
I know, but I mean, I honestly think there could be. I think the gap between Ricciardo and Perez could be insane. We also spoke about Leclerc taking a 10 grid penalty. See, I'm not saying Leclerc maybe. I think he has got a shot at this title, right? I do. It's too early to say he doesn't. But I mean, he literally picked up no points in the first race, and he could be looking at a situation where he's picking up just minor points in this race. It's like it's not the best. I think for someone to take it to Red Bull this season, they kind of need it to be close to perfect. And already for Ferrari, they've been anything but perfect.
Let's just look at the math, right? He's on no points. Max is on 25. At best, he's starting with P11, right? But let's just call a spade a spade. It could easily be 15 for some. So therefore, I just do not see Leclerc beating either Red Bull. No chance. His teammate Alonso, and
he'll struggle to beat the Mercs, I think, as well.
And even Stroll if the Aston Martin is as good. I mean, apart Aston Martin, not them themselves, but...
So he could be looking at 4 points, maybe 5 with a fastest lap.
Now, the hype is Aston Martin will be even better around Saudi than they were in Bahrain, but the tyre deg ain't as bad here, so maybe Ferrari will be good. But again, if Leclerc's starting that low down, I think he'll finish about 7th.
Seems a bit right.
And therefore, if he finishes 7th, he gets, what, a measly 6 points. He'd probably end up being 44 points behind Verstappen, which is insane. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? That's for the race review, the race breakdown. We'll be covering every practice session, qualifying, and the race. But as for the predictions...
Yeah, but how much more interesting would it be if it was actually Max at DNF in the opening race, and then you're heading to Saudi with Max, the championship favourite, taking a 10 grid place penalty?
Be good, wouldn't it?
That's what you kind of need.
That's what not happened, though.
But we could be in a situation where, Max is like on 50 points after 2 races, and
like we kind of joked about Alonso could be like the only. I mean, I think Alonso probably is the only guy who can take this title if Aston Martin is consistent. Because
based on
Ferrari
the pace,
are dog meat.
Based on the pace, you'd expect Alonso to be on the podium again here.
Yeah.
Question is, can he do anything about the Red Bulls?
That's it. I think it's going to be intriguing to see Fernando.
Well, 12% of the people say he can.
That's win the race.
Aye.
But I would like to see Fernando start third and see what he can do to the Red Bulls.
Fuck that, I'd like to see Fernando start first. Put it on pole, Fernando.
Put it on pole.
That's P1, Fernando, P1.
Scooby-Doo. But right, we have to predict our top 5 in quali. Then we're going to do our top 10 in the race, and we'll also throw in the biggest surprise of the weekend, right? So, top 5 for quality, we're going to start for 5th and work our way up. So at P5, I'm going to go with Lance Stroll. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with... Amos. No, I'm going to go Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz, fair enough. P4, I'm going to go with Alonso.
P4, I'm going to go Lance Stroll.
Oh, fuck. What's going on here? P3, I'm going to go with Carlos Sainz.
P3, I will go with... I'll go with... I'll go with Fernando.
Right, now bear in mind, I'm not putting Leclerc in because he's getting a grid penalty. That's alright. P2.
What do you think I was going to miss at one of the Red Bulls? Like?
And this is where it matters. P2, I'm actually going to go for Verstappen because Perez got pole here last year.
I think we've got the same. I was going Perez Verstappen second. Perez.
Now there is method to the madness. Sergio Perez got pole here last year and he does favour street circuits. Last year, pole at Jeddah, one Monaco, one Singapore. I feel like if there is a time to beat Verstappen, it will be here.
Plus Verstappen potentially missing the practice as well, which I'm sure...
And also, even if he hits practice, you know, he's got a stomach ache, so he's not 100%.
And if you look at it, Perez could have had pole in Bahrain, but I mean, he literally just lost a few tenths in the last sector.
But what Perez needs to do, see if he's starting second, he can't be dropping behind the job squad.
Yeah. You could argue you can't even stick behind for you. You could argue you need to just launch into turn 1, like...
I know, but he's never going to do that.
Take him out and hope for the best.
No, take him out and win.
I mean, like...
25 points a skull. Brilliant. Anyway, moving on to our top 10 for the race. P10, I'm going to go with Logan Sargent.
Wait, hold on. Before I get my P10, what would happen if Verstappen and Perez like had a horror crash and both got ruled out for the season? Who comes in to replace them? Danny Rick and who else?
I don't know. They'd probably give it the... Nah. I was going to say they'd give it to Hamilton. I don't think the job max it.
Would they have to bring in someone else? Why
wouldn't Rosberg take it?
It'd probably be Shinoda, would it not?
That's
someone for the...
Nick de Vries. But anyway, that's not happening. But anyway, P10, I'm going Logan Sargent.
I thought he had a good opening race. I don't really see him getting points, but...
I mean, he got P12 in his debut.
He did, like, but I'm not going with Logan Sargent to make the top 10.
Fair enough.
I am going to go with top 10. I'm going to go... Ocon.
P9, I'm going to go with Alexander Albon. Williams are going to be strong here.
I'm going with Pierre Gasly.
Ooh. P8, I'm going to go with Esteban Ocon.
8, I'm going to go Georgie Boy Russell.
Damn. P7, I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton.
Charles Leclerc.
P6, Charles Leclerc.
P6, I'm going to go Louis Hamilton.
P5, Lance Stroll.
I'll also go Lance Stroll, P5.
Boom. P4, Carlos Sainz.
I'll also go Carlos Sainz.
P3, Alonso.
I'll also go Alonso for P3.
P2, Sergio Perez.
That's also I'm going.
P1, Max Verstappen. There you have it, guys.
I think Perez got a decent a chance of winning, pole, but I just got a feeling in a race, like, I don't know, I feel like Verstappen overall, like, over 60 odd laps, whatever it is, he is going to be quicker, and, I mean, you can't deny it, like, I'm not saying the team are going to screw Perez or anything like that, but there's no such thing as 50-50. Someone always gets favoured. There's always a better strategy in the race. They can't pit two guys, unless they're, quite far away from each other, but you can never pit two guys on the same lap. Do you know what I mean? There's always, out of the two teammates, someone always gets a slightly favourable strategy. Or someone gets the ultimate lap to pit.
What normally happens though is whoever's the lead driver pits first and whoever's second pits the next lap.
That's not always happened though.
Well, that's what should happen.
Yeah, no, that's what normally happens and that's what should happen. But there has been cases where, the second driver is the first driver's behind the second driver, and yeah, it is what it is. We'll see.
Anyway, biggest good surprise that we're throwing that other.
No, but wait, how many times has someone been leading a race or something like that, and they gets told no, we have to bring in your teammate because he's in danger of being caught by blah blah blah, then ends up losing. That didn't happen to Charles Leclerc in
every fucking race last season, probably.
No, maybe it wasn't Charles. What race? What's that one where Alonso did the crash? Piquet cheated.
Singapore 2008.
Aye, well, not that one. Like, but it was not a Singapore a couple of years ago. It was one of the top teams.
Yes,
it was like
Ferrari.
fourth, and he got put down to fourth.
It was Leclerc, yeah.
Aye.
The pit at Vettel, and Vettel overcut Hamilton.
Aye, that's what it was. Yeah, Leclerc was ahead of Vettel, and Leclerc looked like he was going to win the race. But they says, no, we need to pit Vettel, because if we don't, he could lose it to Hamilton. And then Leclerc ended up losing it to everybody, so... I mean, who knows?
My biggest good surprise is the field will be closer. Red Bull will not be as far in front.
Maybe Alonso will be so far up Max Verstappen's ass, battling for second, that'll be legit, and they'll be like, sorry, Perez, Verstappen needs to pit here because Alonso's hounding him.
Anyway, my good surprise. That's what I'm going for. What are you going for? Is Alonso up Verstappen's ass like Bill and Frank?
You haven't watched The Last of Us, guys? You can check out the reviews on our channel. My surprise for this weekend is... Drum roll, please.
Da-da-da-da. The drums fucking can't last forever, my friend.
A good performance for Lance Stroll. Is that not a surprise, no?
No. His wrists are alright. Is that what you're ending this vid with?
It's not very good, is it?
It's not very good, troops. But anyway, that's it, right?
I don't get paid for this shit, right? If you want the good if you want good content from me, check out the monetized channels.
That's it. But if you want free practice 1 review, check out this channel. 3 PM tomorrow. Can't wait for it.
If you want a qualifying review on Saturday, you're going to have to come back later that night because
it won't be getting done.
Oh, well, just not until
just not tonight.
Aye.
2 nights away. Till then, no. Peace.